Most men don't realize the truth until they've been drained, discarded, and left wondering what went wrong. Women aren't always drawn to who you are. They're drawn to how much of your focus they can capture. It's not about your character, your depth, or your long-term potential. It's about how much of their emptiness you can fill right now. Many women crave validation, the rush of being admired, the power of knowing they're desired. And the moment you confuse that craving for genuine interest in you, you lose the game. She's not chasing you. She's chasing what your attention represents. Power, validation, control. In today's world of short attention spans and dopamine hits, this dynamic is amplified. Women don't consciously plot to harvest your attention, but their impulses often lead them to seek that emotional high. She posts a photo not because she cares about your opinion, but because she's addicted to the reaction. She texts you, not out of genuine connection, but to check if she still has your energy on standby. And if you respond quickly and eagerly, you signal that you're easy to manipulate. At that point, you stop being a man in her eyes. Just another mirror she uses to reflect her need for self-importance. This is why so many men feel empty after talking stages or casual connections. You thought her attention meant something, but to her it was just a way to pass time. You weren't building something real. You were simply the next ego boost. The brutal reality is this: until you control your attention, you'll always be disposable. Attention has become the modern man's greatest currency. When you give it away to isolate, you strip it of all value. Women aren't impressed by endless availability or constant praise. In fact, the more freely you give it, the faster she gets bored. What she truly craves isn't kindness. It's tension, mystery, the challenge of earning a man's focus. This is why detachment is power. Indifference is magnetic. When you become selective with your energy, she feels it. She can't quite read you. You can't figure out why you're not responding like every other guy. That unknown becomes intoxicating. She starts investing, chasing, craving your recognition, not because she fully understands your value yet, but because your silence speaks louder than her expectations. Women are biologically wired to crave the attention of men who aren't easily impressed. It's the man who stands still in his power, who doesn't overreact, who doesn't chase, that triggers her curiosity. When a woman is emotionally stimulated, not just physically attracted, she becomes hooked. But most men kill this natural tension by flooding her with attention up front. They remove all mystery, all challenge, all thrill. The man who knows his worth doesn't try to win her approval. He stands firm, understanding that his attention is not free. It's intentional, rare, and valuable. He doesn't give it away just because she's pretty or flirty. He makes her earn it. Because it costs her something, it means something. In a world full of men begging to be noticed, the man who stays calm, detached, and grounded becomes unforgettable, not because he plays games, but because he doesn't. Need 2. Women come back not because they miss you, but because they miss how your attention made them feel. It's like an addiction. You're their dopamine source, the reminder that they were wanted. When you pull that away, they feel the void, not of love, but of validation. Just like an addict, they'll return for another hit. But here's where men mess up. The second she returns, they pour energy into her again, thinking this time is different. And just like that, she vanishes again because she got her fix. To break this cycle, you have to shift your mindset. Your attention isn't a gift for every woman who smiles at you. It's a privilege. Stop pouring energy into women who haven't proven their consistency or emotional maturity. Start observing who respects your time, who initiates effort, who reciprocates energy. The ones who don't, let them go without a word. The man who learns detachment doesn't get caught up in emotional games. He doesn't overthink her silence, chase her ghost, or beg for closure. He understands that it was never about him. It was about the feeling she got from his attention. When you step back and invest that energy into yourself, everything changes. Your peace grows, your value multiplies. And suddenly the women who once overlooked you start to feel something they can't explain, a longing. But by then, you've already elevated beyond their games. The modern woman gets more male attention in a week than your grandfather saw in a lifetime. like steam is, compliments it's endless. And because of this flood, she's numb to praise. It's background noise. Doesn't excite her anymore. That's why trying to impress her with validation rarely works. To her, it's just the standard. What stands out isn't the man who showers her with attention, but the one who doesn't. The one who can look her in the eye, smile calmly, and walk away without looking back. That silent confidence, that untouchable presence, is magnetic. It challenges her self-image. It forces her to wonder, why doesn't he react like the others? This isn't about playing games. It's about self-respect. It's about understanding that your attention is not a discount item. It's premium. And when you give it sparingly, its value skyrockets. Women subconsciously crave the attention that costs them something emotionally. Free attention is forgettable. Earned attention is unforgettable. When you stay detached, not cold, but composed, you break her script. You stop feeding her ego for nothing. And suddenly, you're the man she can't figure out. The man she obsesses over. Not because you're pretending, but because you've built yourself into someone who doesn't need external validation. Attention is power, but only when controlled. Most men fail because they give it away without standards. They try to prove themselves to women who bring nothing to the table but a pretty face and the ability to take up space in their mind. And when these women move on, the man is left empty, wondering what he did wrong. The solution is simple, but hard to practice. You must become a man who chooses, not chases. A man who observes, not reacts. A man who rewards loyalty, consistency, and peace, not flirtation, not temporary charm. Your attention should be sacred. It's the crown of your masculine frame. Don't hand it out freely. Make her earn it. When you live by this standard, everything shifts. Women start to respect you not because you played games, but because you finally respected yourself. You stop being forgettable and start being the man they can't stop thinking about. Not because you said the right things, but because you didn't give them what every other man does, free validation. The man who knows his attention is currency never begs, never chases, never proves. He stands tall, chooses with intention, and commands respect without asking for it. He becomes the king in a world full of jesters, and the women who once overlooked him now crave what he gives so rarely, his focus.